and come on down onto your mats and just start warming up a little bit through the pelvis. So just starting to come into your tilting, so north-south tilt. Just sinking the ribs into the floor, sinking the shoulders softly down towards your back pockets, and little tuck of the chin, so you're long through the neck. And just north-south tilting to start to focus on your breath, bringing the breath down into your tummy, relaxing the upper body. And now we're going to take that into a pelvic roll. So rolling the pelvis around. So like you've got that bowl of water sitting here in the pelvis and we're stirring the bowl. So we're rolling around just the pelvis. You know, also think about it like a clock face. So we're rolling from 12 to 3 to 6 to 9. Just starting to get that movement happening, isolating the pelvis. Let's go back the other way. So rolling that pelvis around. Think about that clock face and just planting the feet softly into the floor. The feet are flat and the knees, when you're doing this, are really staying pointing to the ceiling. So we're trying not to roll the knees from side to side. We're just isolating the pelvis. And now let's just come back to our neutral spine. So neither flat into the floor or arch, find the middle and just bring in the arms, breathing up, taking them down. So just warming up softly through the arms, tuck the chin in, lengthen the neck. Nice, slow, big, deep abdominal breath. I'm going to take that into an arm circle. So just taking the arms up and around. Again, just nice and smooth. Keep tucking the chin in and keep drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. For 2 more. And now just keeping the arms down by the side, just float one knee up to the ceiling, float the other. So just taking the knee softly up, focusing on just keeping that pelvis nice and steady. So bringing your awareness down to the pelvis, to the lower back, not arching the back as we move, just keeping that nice and steady and breathing. And now we're going to take that into a leg extension. So we're going to extend the leg out, bring it back in, lower, lift, extend, and lower. And just opening up across the chest. So think about keeping the collarbones nice and wide. And drawing the shoulder blades softly down towards the back body. Take the arms up overhead. And now as we take one leg out, we're going to take the opposite arm overhead. So you can just take it into a straight leg extension. Extend the leg, opposite arm lifts overhead. And just bring that awareness to the front tummy, front body as you're doing that. So we're trying not to twist and rotate on the floor. So the pelvis stays steady, the upper back stays steady. We're not twisting and rotating. Keep breathing. For 3 more. Last one. And then just make sure, grab your TheraBand and just bring the arms up above the head. Feet are flat on the floor, and we're just going to go into a double arm opener. So just opening, slowly close. Again, draw the shoulder blades down. Just keeping the feet flat on the floor, the chin tucked in so the neck is long on the floor. Breathing in, breathing out, drawing the shoulder blades down away from the ears. And we're going to take that into a single arm now. So one arm, other arm stabilizes. So taking it down to the floor, other arm reaches up to the ceiling, holding the band. So swap sides. If you're staying on one side, go to the other side. For two more. Okay, now we're going to take that into opposite arm and leg extension. So one arm's going to stabilize with the band as the other arm lifts overhead and we extend the opposite leg. So we're reaching overhead and reaching the leg away, but we're still thinking about being long through the torso. Chin tucks in, shoulder blades are down, and thinking about being steady through that mid-body. Breathing in, breathing out. Just taking the arm as far as you can overhead comfortably, not pushing into any pain. Keep drawing those shoulder blades down away from the ears. One more on each side. And then just pop the band down, just take your arms out wide, bring your feet and knees together, and just take a little rotation, just moving from side to side. Just softly roll the head the other way. We're just trying to loosen up a little bit through the spine. So just keep it soft, and hopefully you should feel as you do a few more, you start to feel a little bit looser. Just warming up into that bit of rotation, really good for the spine. And we're going to add the top leg extension. As you roll, extend the top leg, bend it back in, roll it back. Other side, extend. And bringing it back. So just from side to side, keeping it nice and gentle. This should feel quite good. Just starting to get that blood flowing, spine unlocking. One more on each side. Come back to the middle and just hug one knee in towards your chest and extend the other leg away. And swap legs. Okay, let's just take that into our little abdominal exercise. So holding onto that leg, lift the head and the chest up off the floor, lift the other leg off the floor away from you, and then we're just swapping legs. Hug it in. Keep the head and neck up off the floor and the shoulder blades softly lifted off the floor if you can, and just alternating that hip flexion, knee hug. Hold it in. Nice and strong, nice and steady through the shoulders and the upper back. Keeping it there. Lengthen the head, lengthen the neck away. Chin softly tucked in, shoulder blades are down. You're wide across the collarbones. Open the chest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Just lower it back down. Just take your hands behind your head and just diamond out your legs. Feet together, knees are wide. And just a little stretch into the groin muscles, into the pelvis. And holding it there. Okay, coming back up, we're going to come up into tabletop now. And you're going to take the opposite hand onto the opposite knee. And you're going to just hold that there. There's a very soft pressure. So opposite hand on opposite knee. The other arm reaches up to the ceiling. And we've just got a little extension. Now keep the leg kind of high here. So we're not dropping it down low. We're just extending out at about 45 degrees. And we're keeping that little pressure on the knee with the other hand. Now, if you feel this is too strong, you can just do the arm. Put the other leg down on the floor, keep the hand on the opposite knee and just move the arm. It's quite a strong exercise. And the other thing is just to keep that leg high. So point it up sort of towards the ceiling rather than towards the floor. And there's a little bit less pressure through the spine. 4, 3, 2, last one. Just take a break, just bring your legs down, just take a little rock from side to side. Nice big deep breath. And then come on up onto the other side. So back up into tabletop, opposite hand on the opposite knee, little pressure there. Reach the arm up to the ceiling. And then when you're ready, opposite hand, opposite leg extension. Now option, foot stays on the floor, just work the arm. That's still a good exercise because we've got this pressure going here. I'm softly pushing my knee into my hand. Keep the breath going, try and keep the spine long on the floor here. So your goal is to not arch up off the floor. The spine is long and stays in contact with the floor. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And just come on down. Again, just with your hands behind your head, just diamond out your legs and just roll the pelvis from side to side with the knees out wide. We're just unlocking the pelvis. Okay, come back up, feet flat on the floor, keep the hands behind the head, and we're just going to come up into a little abdominal curl. So keep the elbows wide, and just curling up, slowly lower. Curling up and unraveling the spine. So think about, we curl up, but then one vertebrae at a time, we take it down. So again, we're trying not to pull on the neck with the hands. The head stays heavy in the hands. You're just thinking about taking the ribs towards the hips. Now we're going to add in a little bit of knee hip flexion here. So the option is, as you come up, just to lift one leg to start. Curl up, knee lifts to meet. Keep the breath going. Keep the breath soft. Just softly lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering. Keep the head heavy in the hands. So do not pull on your neck. Think about taking your ribs towards your hips. Now you can keep going with one leg. You want to go a little bit harder. We're curling 2 knees up. Soft curl through the upper body. Just a little soft curl. We don't have to lift that high. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and just take a stretch. So reach arms and legs away. Okay, and just come back up now and grab your band and tie it around your knees. All right, and then when you're ready, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Just take the arms up to the ceiling, draw the shoulder blades down, and we're just opening one knee. Slowly open, slowly close. So again, thinking about the pelvis, as I open, I'm keeping my pelvis as steady as possible. So we're working against the band, but the goal here is not letting the pelvis rock from side to side. And sink the ribs into the floor and lengthen the neck out on the floor. We're going to take that into a little pulse. So bring it out halfway, pulse, pulse, take it back in. Other side, out halfway, pulse, pulse, bring it back in. So little pulse, pulse on each side, little double pulse. Out halfway, pulse, bring it back in. Keep drawing those shoulder blades down. One knee stabilizes as the other knee goes out, pulse, pulse. So one more on each side. Okay, and then just bring the hands behind the head, keep the feet flat on the floor and the knees just hip width apart. And when you're ready, you're coming up into bridge. Keep a little bit of tension on the band. You should have very slight resistance out there against the band. So take a breath in. And then on the breath out, peeling the pelvis up off the floor. Push through the heels. Take a breath in at the top and then articulate the spine, one vertebrae at a time, coming down. Breathing in, breathing out, rolling to 12 o'clock, peeling up off the floor. Breathing at the top and curling down. So just take your time. Go through a few of those just in your own time with your own breath and that focus on the articulation of the spine. So slowing it down so you can really get that happening, that concentration happening. For 2 more. And then you're going to hold the top of the bridge on the next one and just east-west tilt the pelvis. So rolling that pelvis from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So just a little tilt. Now, even though you've got your hands behind your head, I still want you to think about drawing your shoulder blades or your shoulders away from the ears. So just ever so softly activating those shoulder blades, not letting the shoulders hitching up to the earlobes. And then coming back to just a mid-neutral position, you can bring your arms down out of that position now. Just have your arms down by your side, and you're just going to lift your toes off the floor and then lift the heels. Lift the toes, lift the heels. And can come down at a bridge anytime. Reach the fingers towards your feet and open up the collarbones. For 2 more. Now we're going to stay up in bridge, but as I said, if you need a break, come down and you're just coming into a single knee float if you can. If that feels too much, just take it into a toe lift, like a heel lift. So you're almost lifting, but not quite. So you're sort of de-weighting the leg. Otherwise, we're coming into a single knee float, keeping that pelvis steady, okay? So just set, each time you come down, set, hold it, focus, keep the pelvis nice and steady. Keep breathing. For 3 more. 2. Last one. And then bring yourself down slowly out of bridge. So with control, roll it out. Hug the knees into the chest. Give your back a little roll and massage on the floor. Just rolling around one way. And then go back the other way. And then hold on to your knees and against the band, take the knees out, down and around. So knee circles. Let that hip ball moving in the socket. Nice smooth circles, that hip moving. Okay, we're going to stay up here in tabletop. Keep the arms out on the floor. Widen the legs. So now we're in a V position. Okay, so we've got that tension on the band. Hold the legs out there. Take a breath in and then roll the pelvis to the side. Breathing out, coming back. Breathing in, go to the other side. Keeping the legs wide. So the legs are going to stay in that V-shaped position, tension on the band, and you're only going to take it as far as you can comfortably. Keep the upper body nice and relaxed. So the head is heavy and the shoulders are drawing down away from the ears. So it's easy to hitch up here, draw them down, open that collarbone. So just keep nice and wide across the chest and relaxed. The upper body is heavy into the floor. Now we're going to add some leg extension here if you want to. Take it out to the side, extend both legs, come back to the middle, return. So keeping the legs in a wide V-shaped position, extend, middle, return. Take it out, extend, back to the middle, return. So you don't have to add the legs. You can just keep working on the pendulum without the leg extension. Just one more on each side. And then just relax your legs down. Just take a little stretch with the legs out long. Just give your legs a little shake. Okay, we're going to come back up into bridge again. So when you're ready, arms down by your side, feet are flat, roll yourself up into bridge and just hold that there and just coming into a knee opener in bridge. So open, close, open, close. And then we're going to add the pulse. Pulse, pulse out, other leg. Pulse, pulse out. So a little double pulse out to the side. And then we're going to take it into a double knee open. So both knees together, open, close, open, close. Squeeze into those glutes. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And just roll it on down. Hug the knees into the chest again and just take a stretch. And then you need to have your weights. If you've got them nearby, grab a hold of those. Okay, so we're just going to come in and do a chest press. So your elbows are out to the side. We're just pushing up over the body. So the option is to have your feet flat on the floor, or you can come up, back up into bridge, or you can be in tabletop. So you can choose whatever position feels right for you. Tabletop or bridge, a bit more of a challenge. Otherwise, keep your feet on the floor, pelvis on the floor. And just focus on the arms. Shoulder blades are down, chin is tucked in. Slowly up, slowly down. So with control. Elbows come down to the floor, push up to the ceiling. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the weights up there. And now we're just coming into a tricep dip. Drop the arms, the weights down towards your head, push it up. And again, legs can be in any position, feet on the floor, bridge or tabletop, whatever feels right. And just lengthening that spine out on the floor. So sinking the ribs into the floor, neck is long. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just bring the weights down and just roll over onto your side. Just going to take a little bit of a mobility through the upper back. So just bring your hands together and just roll your elbows together and then roll and open the chest. Keeping the knees together. So we're getting that rotation through the upper body. Keep the head heavy and the eyes are going to follow the elbow. And as you warm up, you might feel you can just open the chest that little bit further, taking the sternum towards the ceiling. Head's heavy, rolls open. For 3 more. And then just coming back, grab your weight again. Tuck your elbow into your side, draw your shoulder blade down towards the back pocket, and we're just externally rotating the shoulder. So keeping the shoulder blade drawing down, elbow stays tucked in, and the shoulder blade stays switched on the whole time. So trying not to let it go as we bring the arm back down. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the weight there and punch it up to the ceiling. Keep drawing that shoulder blade down away from the ear so it's not hitching up at any time. Punch it up, punch it up. For 3, 2, 1, and relax. Just pop the weight down and just do a couple of bow and arrows just to unlock across that shoulder. So really reach the arm forward and then open the chest with the arm. So really let that arm reach away from you, just a little stretch into the shoulder blade and that upper back. And again, the head is heavy. Just 2 more. Last one. Okay, and then just coming back, we're just going to move into some glute work. So just keeping your feet together, lift your feet off the floor in line with your bottom and just coming into your plan. So knee lifts. And the pelvis stays stacked here, so we're not really moving the pelvis. The focus is keeping steady through here, through the upper body, wide across this collarbone, and my shoulder blades just ever so softly drawing down towards my back pocket. I'm not letting it hitch up here, so open up the chest. For 3 more. And just relax, bring the legs down. You can keep the bottom leg a little bit bent, lift the top leg, and you're basically going to do like a rectangle with that top leg. So you're going to take it forward, lift it up, take it back, take it down. Forward, up, back, down. So just imagine you're tracing out a rectangle And you sort of need the bottom leg to be bent to balance as you go forward and back. So again, we're sort of trying to keep, the pelvis is going to move, of course, as is the lower back, but your focus here is the hip. So you're sort of slowing it down. So you're getting control through the body and really working the leg. For 2 more. Okay, and then take your legs out long, squeeze the knees and the feet together, and just we're doing a little side body lift here. So no straining, just a little lift, shouldn't cause any pain. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and now just a little bend in the lower leg. Roll the pelvis forward so it's this leg is sort of facing a bit down. Turn the toes to the floor, and then we're lifting up. So you're really squeezing into that glute. So your pelvis is rolling forward. Pelvis, the top pelvis should be kind of almost pointing towards the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Give it a little rub. Now we're going to come onto the other side, but we're just going to try and take a stretch onto that bottom on the way. It's a bit harder with the band, but come onto your back and just pop that leg that was working, that foot onto the other knee. And you might feel that's enough of a stretch, but otherwise reach through, grab the thigh and pull it up towards you. Okay, and then come on over onto the other side. So we'll just start loosening up the top body, so elbows together and open. And just take it slowly to start with. And just using the breath, let the head be heavy. And the eyes are going to follow the elbow. And we're just softly trying to encourage a little bit more rotation, keeping the knees together, taking that sternum, opening it up to the ceiling. For 3 more. Last one. Okay, and then grabbing onto your weight and tucking your elbow in and your shoulder blade down, and then we're externally rotating, keeping that shoulder blade switched on the whole time. It stays drawing down onto the rib cage throughout the whole movement. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then keeping the elbow tucked in, just punch it up to the ceiling. Draw the shoulder blade down away from the ear. Do not let that shoulder hitch up to the earlobe. We're just reaching up slowly down. Reach it away. That's it, good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and just pop the weight down and just come into a couple of bow and arrows. Just reaching the arm forward, stretch out through the shoulder blade, open the chest again. Just roll it forward, keep the head heavy. Just 2 more. Okay, and then just coming back to neutral, relax the upper body, lift the feet up off the floor and start coming into your clam. Heels together, knee open, and just keeping the hips stacked. Take it up, slowly down. So control against the band the whole way. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, lower the legs down, extend the top leg, and we're just tracing that rectangle. So it's forward, up, back, down. And we're sort of focusing really more again on that backward phase. So just trying to push back into that glute, a little bit forward, and again, just control through the pelvis and the lower back. And 4 more. Two to go. Last one. Okay, now just roll the pelvis forward, turn the toes to the floor and lifting, lifting. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Give it a little rub. Come back onto your back. You can take your band off as you stretch into that glute. So foot up on the opposite knee. Just stretch into there and reach through. Grab the thigh just to add a bit more of a stretch. Okay, and then come roll on over and come up onto all fours. And just start with just warming up a little bit more with some cat-cow. So getting those hands under the shoulders, splay the fingers out, push the knuckles and the fingers into the floor. And just with your own time, just loosening up a little bit again through the spine. For 2 more. And then holding that back into neutral spine. So have a look, find your tabletop position. So chin is tucked in, nice and long through the body, straight into opposite arm and leg with a little curl. Staying on one side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then set yourself up. So just take it slow so you can control it. So you want to keep breathing. You want to think about extending from the fingertips and the toes, but also from the crown of the head and the tailbone. So tucking the chin in and being nice and long through the body and nice and steady. When you've done 5, sit yourself back into child's pose and just take a rest. And we're going to hold it here and thread the needle. Take one arm under. And then swap sides. Other arm comes under. And then coming back up into all fours. So set yourself up, grab your little weight if you can. And we're just going to go into a little tricep exercise. So we're stabilizing through one side, elbow tucks in on the other side, and you're just extending the elbow. So keep the elbow tucked into the side body. Shoulders drawing down, chin is tucked in. So think lengthen out through the spine. Nice and steady. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then swap sides. Pushing that hand down into the floor, knuckles and fingers, other elbow tucks in, shoulder blades squeezing in, and just extending the arm. Drawing those shoulder blades down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, pop the weight down. Just come up into a kneeling position and just take your arm across the body and just take a stretch into the back of the shoulder blade. And swap sides. Okay, and then we're going to stay up and kneeling. Undo your band. If you need to have a towel under your knees or a pillow or anything, you can do that just to soften. Otherwise, grab your band and kneel on it under one knee, holding it in the opposite hand, and hold it down low so there's a bit of resistance on the band. You just have to find where the resistance feels right. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull the band up and then reach your hand to the ceiling. So you're sort of thinking about coming a little bit from a rotational point of view, unroll and reach up and away. So if you've got sore shoulders, you don't have to reach up high, even if you want to just do this bit, okay? But make sure you're on a bit of resistance so you can just do the come from the opposite hip and a little bit of elbow rotation. Slow it down, it's soft, no straining, keeping the shoulder blades down. If you've got a bit more range, you need to probably hold the band a little bit looser so you can come up into that arm extension. But that's a much tougher exercise. So just go gently. Keep drawing the shoulder blade down. Keep breathing. Lengthen up out of the body. So lengthen from the crown of the head. 3 more. 2, 1. Good. All right, and swapping sides. So you might just want to warm up first with just a little elbow. So come across from the hip and a little rotation. Squeeze back into the elbow softly. So it's just soft. Okay? I'm not going that far. I'm not rotating that hard. It's just a little rotation. Keep the shoulder down. So don't let it hitch up here. Okay, so keep it down. Just a little squeeze and open the chest. Now, option is just to stay here or a bit more length on the band and draw the sword. Take it up and across. So from the hip, up and rotate out. And you can even look up at the hand, follow the hand with the eyes. So get a little bit more, just rotation through the body. Keeping up nice and tall. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, coming off the band. And now you're going to hold the band out in front of you. And we're going to do some sitting back onto our heels as we open the chest. Okay, so we're going to sit down and open, come up, release. Sit back on the heels, lengthen up, little squeeze into the glutes. Take it back, little squeeze. And again, keeping those shoulders down from the ears as we open across the chest. Open it up. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Just pop your weights down. One more little arm exercise in this position, and we're just going to do an overhead press. So again, you can kneel on a pillow or a towel, bring your weights, take your arms out to your side, and you're just pushing up overhead. So you can sit down on your heels if you need to, get off the knees, or just stay there, pushing it up slowly down. Not for many. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Just pop the weights down, take another stretch across, arm across the body, stretch out through that back shoulder, and then bring it across the other side. And then take the hands behind if you can, and just clasp them and open the chest. Just reaching your sort of fingers down, opening up the chest. Okay, one more little exercise. So you're on your knees, take one foot out to the side. So it's just straight out to the side, and reach down with your hand onto that. So you're kind of in like a straight line, okay? Arms right alongside my knee, fingers or whatever, knuckles, whatever feels like you can manage it. You can reach the other arm up to the ceiling, and we're just going to lift that leg, little lift. And we're still thinking about lengthening through the body. So lengthen that crown of the head away. Shoulder blades are down, chest is open. That's it, good. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Drop the knee in, come down, give your shoulders a little roll, and then sitting back up, take the other foot out to the side, so it's straight out to the side, lean down, fingers or knuckles, other arm up to the ceiling, and then just a little lift. You don't have to lift far. It's more about being stable and strong through the body here. Draw those shoulder blades down, open the chest for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good job. Just sit yourself back into child's pose. Take another stretch. Take a nice big deep breath in here. Down through the back body, all the way down to the sit bones. And holding it here, just walk your fingers over to one side. And hold it there. And then walk them over onto the other side. And then coming on up into sitting, we're just going to finish with a rotation stretch. So legs out long. Take one hand behind you and sort of help to lift up through the spine. So lift up out of your sit bones. Other hand on the outside of the knee. And just pushing on that knee to turn the body around. Look over the shoulder. Take a breath in and just see if you can go a little bit further. And then softly unravel from the belly button, then the ribs, then the shoulders, and the head comes last. And then onto the other side. So lift up, hand on the outside of the knee, twist around. And just see if you can add a bit more. Take a breath in and just if you can twist a bit further. And then unravel. Good job. Give your shoulders a little roll and your neck a little stretch. And that was really good. Good job, people.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good Monday and a good week, and I'll see you again next week.
Thank you. Bye.
See you later.